Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing a haul video of stuff that I've picked up at, I think, estate sales and yard sales this past weekend. And I have the bottom of a bins bag if we get to it. But yeah, I did, this video is going to be a couple of weeks away, but I did not like how the last two hauls went because I had a hard time with the camera and being able to watch the monitor and look at the camera. So we have changed stuff around again.
So what she's saying is she got a new light box. We rearranged everything to make her happy. And then we moved everything again to make her happy. And I'm assuming we're going to move it again sometime.
I'm liking it, I think. I now have the monitor that I like to watch YouTube on right up here behind the camera. And then my monitor, I watch what I'm showing you guys to make sure it's in focus. So, you know, I have a monitor right here. My light box now is over here. Our shipping is over there. And then I've got a little bit of a work area right here.
The other thing we did was I had a youngin' that irritated me. And when they irritate me, I usually find something
Projects.
to do. I try to find them a project, because if they've caused me problems, then I need to cause them a problem, and causing them a problem needs to alleviate some of my stress or work. So one of them came out and helped me for an hour or two, hour and a half yesterday, and then he had to go get ready for work and stuff. And we had a bunch of my workshop stuff
Over here.
back here, like bandsaws.
You can see it in the previous videos where it was just stacks of equipment all the way back.
Bandsaws, drill presses, scroll saws, planers, all sorts of stuff. And so he and I got it started, and then we had a food truck rally last night at a store, general store kind of thing down the road, and Lance likes to come up for that, so he came up and we bought him supper
for helping.
He and RJ helped finish it, so we bought them a nice supper for helping us finish getting it all over there. Except I'm seeing I missed the welder.
Yeah.
But that's small. It'll be, I
That'll
can move
be
that with a
easy.
dolly.
So we're slowly but surely getting all of my stuff from the basement over here and all of our personal stuff out. So it's going to be nice. And it's really opened up the floor for us right now, just for like my incoming. Although I'm trying not to let it turn into a huge profit pile. I am trying to get through stuff very quickly, but it's like the profit pile stuff that I didn't get to at the beginning of last year still exists, and it's all over that side. And I'm gonna have to at some point just start pulling totes down and either get rid of it or get it listed, because I'm not happy having such huge profit piles.
I remember seeing headlines or memes or something about that lady that like cleaned houses or something and said, does it make you happy? Or wasn't there like she was an organizer?
Yeah, I forget her name. But
you need to have
Fondo, something.
You need to have Rhonda at Got Junk in Our Trunk come up. She was a professional organizer. She'd come up and set you straight.
Stopped at was it a bonus sale that we found, or was it on the list? But it ended up being an estate sale for somebody that we've seen and talked to previously. She instantly recognized me.
Bonus.
Now
that I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the prices were a little up there, but it was half price day. So I ended up picking up quite a bit of stuff. So let me just show you. So the price, I'm gonna have to figure this all out because the camera's still in a new position for me. This is a Lauer water baby. It's very squishy. It says 1995 or 8. I've got my glasses, but I don't want to put them on. Paid $2 for it. I'm pretty sure this gown is going to be glow in the dark. I haven't found these for a long time. I used to sell them for like 25 plus, but I'm not quite sure. But I have a feeling this gown is really going to make the difference for this. Again, I'm still going to hope, let's say $15, $20 for it. You know, I don't know what these are. Don't know. But they intrigued me, and they charged me 50 cents each.
That one looks like Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, let me see if I can see. I don't think they're strawberry shortcake. And they may just be Dollar General types. Oh, TNT. I did remember looking that up. You know, they've got their booties on. They've got, you know, outfits. So I do not know. I've not found these before. Let's say 25 plus for the lot. Then found this. So it was $2, but I just sold a lot of Barbie babies. So this one had some in it, a couple of, with their little blankets. I've got these two. You know, I'm hoping to sell these for like 15, 20 for them. This intrigued me, but I don't know who it is. I'll have to Google Lens it. Let's see if I can find some writing on the neck. It helps me to say this out loud to you guys, but when I'm doing the video, then it helps me to remember what to look for to do comps. But nope, I'm not seeing anything on her. But man, she's very intriguing.
Yeah, she's not just super nerdy about saying exactly like the date and everything. It helps find the comp during the editing of the video.
Yeah, and it was like a happy mistake. I'm glad I started doing that in the beginning. And then I've got two little Kelly dolls. You know, I've done well in the past lotting, you know, 4, 5, 6 of them together. I'll have to see if I've got any going right now. But, you know, for $2, that was, I think, a really good pickup. Look at her face. I love this. She's got, I paid $1 for her. Trying to see again. No, it just says Hong Kong, I think, on her back when I looked her up. Her dress has one of those metal snaps. So that kind of tells you it's quite old. Yep, Hong Kong. I don't know. She's got her little piggy tails. She's got her panties on. I'm hoping $15, $20 for her. There was a bunch of Barbies, and they were wanting either $2 or $4 each. So this was the only one that just really, when I Google Lensed, I thought she might be something. Really nice condition, has the necklace, has the bathing suit. I'm assuming some kind of skipper doll. You know, has the earrings. I don't know. I'm hoping 20 plus for her. This, they had a bunch of doll clothes, but y'all, I'm oversaturated with doll clothes right now that I do need to get to. Totes and totes of them. Probably gonna just end up making large lots of them, and hopefully, you know, by size of doll, you know, are they a 12-inch doll? Do I think it's an 18-inch doll? But look at this. Paid $2, so $1 half price. But it is, I'm glad I went looking to see if I could find a tag. It is Vintage Pleasant Company. Trying to see. Yep, 1995. I don't know. I'm hoping, let's see, 20, 25 plus just for this. And then Robert grabbed these for me. They were, I want to say 50 cents. So I paid actually, no, these were $1. So I paid 50 cents for them. But now I'm just realizing this one's got like glue where something was attached. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I may just go ahead and keep them together. It's obviously patriotic theme. Let's see, 2009, so not vintage. You know, I paid $1 for the two. You know, hopefully $8 to $10 for them, even with the missing pieces and parts. All right, and then, let me see. We went to a church sale. No, I guess it's a church in school. Seventh-day Adventist in our area had a sale. Started at 7 o'clock Sunday morning. So I made Robert get up really early so we could get in line before it opened. It was the oddest thing. Odd. Because they had one person going person by person before they opened, and they gave you a sheet of paper. You had to give them your name and your phone number, and then every section of the sale had somebody who would total up what you were spending in that section. It was cumbersome, I think.
I get that
We
part.
get the reason why, because I'm assuming at some point we're going to get a text or a phone call, you know, wanting to know if we'd be interested in attending their church or something.
I get the price sheet because they've done that in the past where you buy all the clothes you want and you go to the people in the clothing section and they might cut you a deal so that when you go to pay they know exactly how much in that section, because in the electronics section they were really cutting people deals and stuff and haggling and whatnot quite a bit. I didn't understand the phone number and everything, but
What did you give them? What phone number did you give them?
well, I used the area code for mom and dad and then 8675309.
So Jenny's going to be getting a phone call.
But it was younger. I figured she probably wouldn't get it.
She didn't get it at all. But the people behind us were older like us, and they laughed because, yeah. But I gave them my Google phone number, which I won't answer, so it is what it is. But I picked up some interesting things there. I have not Google Lens this yet. I have found her in the past. She is vintage Chuck E. Cheese Showbiz Pizza, 1996. I want to say I paid $1 or $2 for her. I don't remember. Yeah, I think in the toys I spent $22. So I think she was $2. And for some reason, I'm thinking I sold her for quite a bit. You know, 40, 50 plus dollars. Anytime you have Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza, really check the comps, because the Showbiz Pizza era stuff tends to do very well. And if I didn't show you, right there is what it looks like. And make sure you use that in your keywords. I don't remember her name though. And then these were $5 each, and I've not found these before, but I'll show you the first one. And then it was the one that got my attention, because look, y'all, it is Folk Manus. And don't think there were dates or anything on this. But when I looked up comps, they could be anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 50, and some of them were even $60. But, you know, it is a hand puppet. Well, it's actually a arm puppet. What is in the arm? Uh-oh, somebody stuffed socks. Socks in the arms. That is hilarious.
Just to make it look more army, or
I guess more full. I don't know, but that's hilarious. Oops. And some stuffing. I'm glad I checked that out. I just thought they were stuffed. Oh wait, here's some more. Socks.
Maybe that's where they hid their money or their jewelry.
No, I'm not seeing any of that. Just, oh, and the face. There is a very neat. You know, I'm hoping, let's just say 40-ish for each one, and I got one. Let's see if this one's Folk Manus. No, this one is Sunny, and I've done well with them also. Look, cheerleader. Interesting. Probably not as much as the Folk Manus. I'm still hoping 30-ish for this one. Let's see which one. You look, I don't know. Yeah, they were all $5. Are you Sunny? Again, I do not know. Don't know. I'm not seeing a tag right away. But another one of the big puppets. Here, I'm thinking this dress might not be original. She's got angel wings in the back. I think somebody's added. Definitely has vintage look to it. Wouldn't that be funny if it's actually worth some money too? Then this one. Oh, so you know what? I didn't even look at all of them, but it looks like at least two of them were Sunny. This one is Sunny, and then one was Folk Manus, and I'm not quite sure about the other one. Very, very cool. This one definitely has Asian look to her. This is the Sunny. I've done really well with these in the past. 2000. So vintage, it can go on Etsy.
Two things.
Two things.
Hit the like button, leave a comment, make the algorithm happy for us if you would, if you're enjoying these. These are, you filled up my hands. I put my phone down. These are by Storybook Treasures. Well, Toys and Things.
TNT. Toys and Things. That's
Toys
what
and,
TNT stands
Toys and Things.
for.
They released several sets of scented and non-scented dolls from 91 to 95 when Strawberry Shortcake was reissued, and then again in 2000. They are so similar to Strawberry Shortcake that they often get mistaken for them now, but these are not them.
No.
These are Storybook Treasure dolls.
So this
produced
is
in 95.
probably Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland, exactly. And there are two Alice in Wonderlands.
Yes.
Alice's in Wonderland, because somebody else shopping there said the family had twin daughters. So they had two of lots of things. And you got Little Red Riding Hood. They also did Dorothy of Oz, Cinderella, Goldilocks, and Snow White.
Did you see any comps?
No, because when I tried to, you're getting like all sorts of. You look up Alice in Wonderland storybook doll, you just get.
Oh, you get a lot. I bet you, Madam Alexander. I forgot to show you guys something from this same sale, though.
You're gonna have to, when you do your comps, you'll be able to pick the right keywords to get it straightened out.
I picked this up. I paid $20 for it, but when I looked up comps, it was saying like 80-ish plus, and I'm hoping it's going to be complete, because I did notice, you know, here is a lot of the figures. Does have the castle. So I don't know. I'm hoping Hidden Treasures Castle. I'm hoping, if I've got it complete, I'll probably list it for like 120 or more. So the prices, they had so much princessy stuff. Lots of bags of like Cinderellas and Snow Whites, and a lot of them was the same types of stuff that I had listed earlier in the year, last year, from my profit piles, and they were slow, very slow. And you know, some of the bags with just a couple of characters were like $5. You know, 5 characters was $15, and I couldn't do that even at half price, knowing that it was probably going to take a while to sell. But I'm hoping this probably, you know, fourth quarter-ish will sell. I'm trying to see if it's vintage. 2004. So yep, it'll be vintage, and I can put it on Etsy also.
They had swim fins for your feet downstairs in this, but they were for mermaids. So they both feet went into one flipper.
Oh, I don't know if I noticed them.
They were hanging on the wall in the basement.
Yep. All right, and then where did we get these? Because these were all together.
That was at a bonus estate sale, also in, well, the book.
The book.
Was it the book?
I don't remember any of this stuff. I remember picking this up. I paid $2. It's Marvin Martian in the Christmas outfit. Peace on Earth. I'm hoping like $10, $15.
Church sale in Kingsport.
Oh, yeah. All right, and then Robert grabbed African Game Trails book, hardcover with the dust jacket. Do you remember anything?
That's from the 80s, Teddy Roosevelt. I want to say 15 or 20, but if you could find like one of the old editions, I saw listeds in the 300 range.
Dang. So, book. He paid $3 for these Cuisinart rods. Oh, that's going back to my Montessori education. I did a lot of math. Math, you know, learning how to use Cuisinart rods with math. Do you remember anything about it?
I think those are still sealed.
Oh, yeah, they are. So they've never even been used.
I didn't dig through it. I saw that those were sealed, so I just grabbed the whole thing. And it was half price day, so that stuff was half price.
Oh, well, then that's good. That's definitely vintage.
And I want to say $15, $20 for that.
And then Rummy Royale. Is this the like vinyl mat?
It's like the Tripoli thing, yeah. It's paper.
Oh, this one. Well,
but it's in really good condition.
It's more than paper.
Yeah, it's not thin paper. It's like a heavy duty.
Yeah, I've done really well with like Tripoli when you have these big mats.
Which are those are usually like a rubbery plastic.
Yeah, plastic. This one seems more paper-like. But yeah, it's got chips, no cards. So that would be the only, you'd have to, provide your own cards, but everything else.
We could buy a deck of cards and throw it there.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if maybe the cards are under. Nope, nope. And do you remember anything about it?
I want to say, 15 to 20.
And we
that
paid
kind of
$1.
range.
All right, I think that's all I'm going to get through. It's just slowly, but it's not plush per se. It's a lot of dolls, a lot of games, a lot of puzzles, a lot of clothes right now is what we tend to be sourcing. I think we might try to go to Asheville soon. We need to get a box order in anyway, and Granger's there, and that seems to be the best prices for us if we plan on going to Asheville anyway. And just keep on keeping on, heading towards fourth quarter, right?
You're not buying a lot of plush. I know you like buying that stuff.
I do.
But you sell what you source, and you source what you find. You can't sell stuff that you can't find.
Yeah. And for some reason, plush in our area is just, and Robert has a point. Maybe a lot of people donated plush and stuff during, the aftermath of Hurricane Helene in our area, where, kids lost everything all up and down our county and on into North Carolina. So that may be the reason why we're not seeing a whole lot of toys, and I'm fine with that. I will go to the bins and save the vintage stuff when we can.
Because there were whole neighborhoods, like down towards Irwin especially, that got wiped out, and it was, and people, North Carolina was hit worse, and so people probably took stuff there too. And maybe not. Maybe people are just hanging on to stuff, or
reselling,
or maybe they just didn't buy stuff last year. I don't know.
Don't know, but it is what it is. Keep on doing our thing, right? All right, y'all, get to work. Bye.